took our Living History Day program to Nestucca Valley Middle School down at the coast of Oregon. And Principal Jim Gadberry was responsible for organizing down there and did an amazing job with his staff and students.
I believe in empowering students and giving them a little bit of lead, structure the program such that for the mid-school is a little different than say for the high school. Say at Pendleton High School, 1,200, and our students of 120.
We tried a new concept because they only had 120 students and there was about 60 veterans, so we said let's match them up, 2 students per veteran, sit them down in the gym where we had tables and have them interview them.
They carried it on simply by being interested in the vets, sincerely caring about them, engaging the vets in a series of interviews, questions, and then listening in their breakout session.
How old were you when you went to war?
I was 16 when I was overseas.
Most of the Marines, the majority are probably 17, 18, and 19 years old.
18. Okay. Next.
I think it's real nice that all the veterans are coming here and telling us their stories.
You realize that you're making their day so much better because they like to tell their stories. They want you to know what they went through.
The veterans tell a lot of stories about what happened, so you get to learn like firsthand what happened instead of just like reading it in books.
It's pretty cool that they can come and we can go ahead and respect them, hear the stories.
They can tell you up close what has happened. Some of the stories from the men, like a guy hanging on an anchor chain in the water for hours because nobody could hear him. There's just things that you don't get in a book.
That first-time veteran is part of his healing process, and he says, now I'm going to start taking part in this. I might even get the courage to go speak to the students. You know, he says, because I have things I can share with them.
The main reason it ended up at Nestucca Middle School is Principal Jim Gadberry. He was a principal at Pendleton High School when we took Living History Day there 2 years in a row.
My experience was it makes no difference where you put this program, whether it's a school of 120 or a large school, the students respond the same. And the same outcomes is that they are better educated on the role of the military in the history of this country and the role of the veterans.
I think it's definitely cool and unique because it is actually the first time they've done Living History Day at a middle school, and so it's pretty cool to hear all the vets.
I do love the young people. I like to see the way we're treated by them.
I tell them, I said, by the end of the day, you'll think of these people as your grandparents, or your great aunts and uncles, and great grandparents, and you'll be forever engaged and exposed, and you become a little more mature.
I have seen people, vets, meet somebody that they served with, they'd lost track of. I have seen friendships form that are everlasting. I like it that I have a whole new family of friends.
There's a lot of people in your community that you don't realize were involved in something that great, and you can really reach out, and it's a sense of family overall. I mean, they served and gave up things to protect you and your country, and you should really get to know them because of that.
They're probably the biggest, most enthusiastic supporters. They're going, wow, why did this happen? And then it's like somebody says, are we going to do this again next year? We got to do it again next year. So that's what happens to people in the community. And it'll be like that pebble in a pool. Now I'll have, as it did in Pendleton, the 2004 was easier to organize, easier to raise monies for, and we had more response from our local vets. So now I will get more local vets this next time.
Everyone was deeply impressed with their behavior and maturity for the day, and the questions they asked the veterans were very good.
If you get to do this, ask a whole bunch of questions.
I think just getting to show our respect towards the veterans and that we really care about what they've done.
I do love the young people. I like to see the way we're treated by them.
Every place this program goes, kids are better served for it, and they're forever enriched and moved as young people.
They left the gym and formed a big lineup of students, like a gauntlet, and all the veterans had to walk through this to get to the charter bus and cars to applause and hugs and handshakes. So it was a great day.
If they had 2 a year, I'd go to both of them.
This is not politically incorrect. This is simply a history lesson, a primary history lesson that every student is owed, and I mean it, owed an opportunity to experience.